good, everyone? Welcome to another edition of Live Wire Sports Media. So, today is the final day of the WNBA All Star, and it's been a pretty eventful one, even though we didn't have Caitlin Clark playing. But there's a whole lot of storylines to be had out of this from the CBA, Kathy Engelberg dancing to Knuck If You Buck, and Alyssa Thomas still crying and complaining as usual. Um, to me, this insufferable person just seems not to be happy at all. I don't think she's happy with herself, her life, or whatever the case might be. But she took to the podium to address some things, and little do you know, you had an All Star weekend to celebrate All Star weekend to have fun. Now we already know that her better half, Dewana Bonner, who was um Wade, released from the Indiana Fever a couple of weeks ago, had signed with the Phoenix Mercury, but you know she was not returning back to Indianapolis during All Star weekend, just not. And surprisingly, I didn't even expect Alyssa Thomas to be there as well, but you know she's an All Star, so she has no choice. She could have said, "Hey, I wasn't coming," or I could have bowed out, whatever the case might be, but she didn't. But again, she took to the podium to whine, complain about the fans and everything like that. And so I'm allowing you to listen to this clip, but I'm going to chime in after this.
Yes, I think, our sports culture, I think so many fans, feel they have the freedom to say whatever they want to us. And unfortunately, there's a lot of nasty things that come with it. At the end of the day, we're here doing our jobs, and they don't have people coming to their jobs saying these nasty things. So, we definitely have to protect the players better. It's unfortunate that it's come to this point, but I know we're going to continue to speak up about it, and we're just trying to play basketball. That's all.
So you heard pretty much what she had to say. I wonder if Alyssa Thomas ever worked a regular job in her life. Um, or has she ever attended a sporting event? She's a professional basketball player. She played college. I'm sure there's been some things in college that has been said. But when you deal with the insufferable culture of the WNBA and the way that these players think or try to use the platform to race bait or do whatever the case may be, you kind of think that this is what you get. And I can't think that Alyssa Thomas is that dumb or naive to really think that she could go anywhere and fans not. Fans boo rival players all the time. Matter of fact, there will be a expansion team in Philadelphia soon. And you think that you going to, if you think Indiana fans is bad, quote unquote. Now, she's there in an All Star weekend, and I'm sure she has not encountered anything negative there. Because if that's was the case, she'd have probably been on left and say something later on. She's there, she enjoying herself. So therefore, there's not 1 ounce of negativity has been gone. You've seen Renee Montgomery down there. You've seen Angel Reese. You see Asia Wilson down there. You see Dejanay Carrington down there. You see Alyssa Smith down there. You see a lot of everybody down there. Nothing popped off. See, this narrative of trying to target the fans is kind of getting played out. It's kind of getting old. You know, like I said, if you've been at any sporting event, football, baseball, whatever the case may be, fans are going to be fans, whether you like it or not. That's just how it is. You could cheer from your own couch to be the same way. When you work on a job, customer service, there's rude customers. There's rude customers come through drive-through, restaurants, or any kind of level. So for her to sit there and say that people don't come to their jobs and harass them and stuff, that's a bunch of crap. Because Alyssa Thomas knows good and well that she has seen stuff. She act like she hasn't encountered none of that stuff. She act like all of this stuff she's encountered now is because she's been in the WNBA for the last 2 years, whatever the case may be. Nobody ever heard of her, until last year. I paid enough attention to her, you know, but she's one of the most dirtiest players in the game. She's one of the most crying players in the game. She gets on the podium. She doesn't have nothing nice to say. She's always trying to be negative. She always trying to find a way to continue to make people think the worst. And it shouldn't be that way. Alyssa Thomas knows good and well when you go to sporting events, it's what it is. Now, like I said, has she encountered any negativity since she's been in Indiana? I doubt not. I'm sure she wanted to go see for herself. I'm sure they're gonna come up with some lame excuse um later on down the line after All Star Weekend. But if you have seen clips all over the social media, everybody is everybody is doing what they need to do. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is participating, having fun, enjoying themselves. So she could say one thing, but guess what? The Courtney Williams and the Tisha Hyman, the Fisha Carter, the Breonna Stewart, the Sabrina Nescu, all of them is not going to um, feed into that negativity. You know what I'm saying? Even the coaches, I'm sure. Even like I said, you even see Kathy Engelbert out there dancing, and that's a topic for a whole nother day. So I think Alyssa Thomas needs to get off of that narrative and trying to lighten up some and play basketball, enjoy basketball. She's already been complaining that she's been looked over in the league for a long time. And all of this stuff. She whines and complains about everything. Just go out there and play ball. Let your game do the talking without having to open your mouth all the time. Because when you open your mouth, guess what happens? People are not going to take well to you. They're gonna see you as a whiner or complainer. Um, Somebody that's not happy. And I don't even see how DeWanna Bonner deals with her. Because she just seems like a big bully. She seems like a bully. If she don't get her way, she look like I said, there's been rumors about her domestic violence in her relationship with DeWanna Bonner. And she, to be honest, don't like to categorize people, but she does seem to come off that way. She definitely seemed to come off that way as a bully. You can look at her when she's out and about. She hardly ever smiles. She gives half smiles. She tries to act like she's above everybody or she's better than anybody. To me personally, get off of it. Get over it. You're a professional basketball player. People don't have to like you. Opponents doesn't have to like you. You want to be liked. You want to be cheered. You want to be celebrated. But when you go on like this, it makes it even worse than it is before. So let me know what you think about the crying game, um, Alyssa Thomas, and everything like that. But hopefully y'all tune in tonight when I do a special All Star Live appearance for the All Star game because the WNBA will kick back off on Wednesday after today. So like, comment, subscribe. To the next episode. I'm out.
Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? Live wire. It's all about sports and entertainment. You don't want to miss it. So official, like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats. You know that we gotta run it back. Whether on the field or the court. You know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is Live Wire. Sports and entertainment. Let's go.